She watched the life she dreamed of slip away when her parents emptied her college fund for a wedding that wasn't hers. But as they celebrated her brother's joy, they didn't know she had a secret, one that would rewrite their legacy, flip power dynamics, and expose years of favoritism, lies, and hidden truths. She wouldn't fight back with anger. She'd fight with silence, strategy, and the kind of success they never believed she could achieve, until it was too late. In a small, quiet room in Nairobi, 18-year-old Niobe sits alone while the rest of the house is full of music, laughter, and noise. Her brother Tendo is getting married, and everyone is busy with wedding plans. Dresses, flowers, guests, everything looks perfect. But Niobe doesn't feel the joy. In her hands, she holds a letter, an acceptance to a top university abroad. It's something she worked so hard for, something that could change her life. But no one in her family seems to care. When she tried to talk about it, they told her, family comes first. Her dream was pushed aside. Her savings were taken to help pay for the wedding. Still, she doesn't cry or fight. She just sits there quietly, with a small, soft smile on her face. But inside, something is burning. Not anger, but strength. Her silence is not weakness. It's a decision, a promise to herself. In that moment, we see her power, not loud or angry, but deep and unshakable. She may not be part of the celebration outside, but she's already planning a different future, one they didn't see coming, one they'll never forget. As the music of the wedding continues in the background, the screen slowly fades into soft flashes from the past. Memories that shaped Niobe. We see her as a little girl, always helping around the house. She washes dishes, helps her younger cousins with homework, runs errands, and always follows the rules. She's the one who remembers everyone's birthdays, who sits quietly with her books while the world moves around her. She is the responsible one, the one everyone depends on, but never truly sees. Then we see her brother, Tendo, loud, smiling, carefree. He comes home late, fails his classes, quits job after job, but each time their parents pat his back and say, "It's okay, you'll figure it out." They cheer for him when he gets small wins. They buy him gifts when he's sad. Even when he messes up, they say, "He's just going through a phase." Niobe watches this over the years. She doesn't complain, but inside, she begins to understand something. Love in her home comes with conditions. Praise is given, not earned. And she, no matter how much she does, is never the star. The camera shows small but powerful moments. Niobe standing alone in the dark hallway while Tendo laughs with their parents in a brightly lit room. Her face lit by the soft glow of a laptop screen while the rest of the house celebrates Tendo's birthday. Her walking past family photos that only show Tendo in graduation gowns and sports jerseys. While she's barely in the frame, these quiet images say everything. She is in the shadow, always. Her parents are not cruel people. They love their children, but they carry a belief, passed down through generations, that sons are the future, that sons need to be protected, while daughters are meant to be strong. They don't see how heavy that strength feels. They don't notice how much it costs Niobe to always be okay. As time passes, Niobe learns how to smile and say, "I'm fine," even when she's breaking inside. She gets good grades, wins science competitions, builds projects, yet no one claps. No one asks how she feels, but she watches quietly, learns, waits. She sees the pattern, and instead of fighting it, she grows stronger in silence. Each ignored achievement becomes a brick in the foundation she's building, not for their approval, but for her own escape. By the time the wedding arrives, she knows her role. She's the one behind the scenes, making things work, making people proud quietly. But her heart knows a secret. Her time is coming. The camera holds on her face, eyes deep and still, as the lights flicker between past and present. And the audience starts to understand. This isn't just a girl left out. This is a girl preparing to rise. It's the night of the wedding. The house is glowing with lights. Music, dancing, laughter. It feels like the whole world is celebrating Tendo. Guests fill every corner. Food is being passed around. And no one notices that one person is missing. Niobe, dressed in plain clothes, slowly walks out the back door with a small bag in her hand. Her footsteps are soft, her eyes calm. She doesn't look back. She walks to the bus stop, heart beating fast but steady. This is not a random escape. This is a plan she made in silence. Months ago, while her family focused on wedding details, Nyaobi stayed up late every night, not to cry, but to build. She had applied to an international scholarship program, one of the hardest to get. She never told anyone. She knew if she did, they would stop her, tell her it's not the right time, that she should wait, that family comes first. But Nyaobi didn't wait. She did something even bolder. She created a software, something smart, something useful, and sold it online to an anonymous buyer. No one knew she had been coding in secret. No one knew the quiet girl in the corner was building something worth thousands of dollars. With that money, she bought her flight, booked her room, paid her way, all without touching the savings her family took for the wedding. Now, on the bus to the airport, she sits alone. The city lights pass by the window, and she watches them like tiny stars fading behind her. She doesn't cry. She doesn't smile. She just breathes. Every second is heavy with meaning. She isn't running away from her family. She's running toward herself. She arrives at the airport as the clock hits midnight. Back home, the party is reaching its peak. Tendo is dancing. The cameras are flashing. Speeches are being made. And Nyaobi, she's standing in line to board a flight that will take her into a new world. A world she earned. A world that's hers. The audience doesn't see a girl who gave up. They see a girl who chose herself, quietly, bravely, and completely. When Nyaobi lands in Ghana, the air feels different. It smells like hope. It feels like freedom. She steps out of the airport with just one bag and a new name, Kwame Adisa. No one knows her here. No one sees her as the helper, or the quiet girl, or Tendo's sister. Here, she gets to choose who she wants to be. Her past is behind her, and a new life is waiting. The university campus is full of energy. Students laughing, debating, working on projects under trees and in busy cafes. The buildings are modern, painted in bright colors, with murals that show African leaders, dreamers and inventors. It's not just school, it's a place of ideas, a place where big things begin. Nyaobi, now Kwame, blends in quietly. She observes more than she speaks, but when she does, her words matter. People start to notice her, especially two students who will change her life. Zolani is sharp, funny, and bold. He's the kind of guy who can sell anything, and everyone listens when he talks. Then there's Iminathi, a fierce girl with a laptop always under her arm and fire in her heart. She believes tech can change Africa, and she's ready to prove it. The three of them connect over one shared idea. How can they help the real heroes of Africa, small farmers who feed the continent but stay poor? They talk, dream, and then build. Using artificial intelligence, they create a simple but powerful tool. It helps farmers predict the weather, fight crop diseases, and sell their produce better. They call it Adisa Technologies. What starts as a class project quickly grows. Other students join. Local farmers start using the tool. They travel to villages, speak to old women and young men in dusty fields, and test their app on real soil. It works. Lives begin to change. But this isn't just about tech or business. This is about rising. For Nyaobi, it's more than escape. It's healing. She doesn't need her family's applause anymore. She's building something that matters, something big, something that speaks to every African girl who's ever been overlooked. She is no longer in the shadow. She is leading from within them, shaping the future one line of code at a time. And still, she keeps her secret. No one knows who she really is. No one knows the pain she came from. She wears her new name with quiet pride, knowing that her journey isn't about hiding, it's about becoming. 2 years pass, and everything changes. What started as a small campus project becomes something huge. Adisa Technologies begins to rise, fast. Farmers across Africa start using their app. It helps them grow better crops, avoid bad weather, and sell smarter. The name Adisa starts to appear in newspapers, tech blogs, and even on TV. People talk about it as the future of African farming. Everyone wants to know who's behind this magic. But Nyaobi, still calling herself Kwame Adisa, stays in the background. No interviews, no photos. She lets Zolani and Iminathi handle the spotlight. She's the mind behind the code, the quiet leader in the shadows. She likes it that way. She doesn't want fame. She wants impact. While the world claps for Adisa Technologies, Nyaobi stays focused. She works late into the night, improving the system, solving problems, making sure every update works better than the last. She sees messages from farmers thanking them for changing their lives. She smiles to herself, but never steps forward. Her success is real, but invisible. Back in Nairobi, things are different. Her brother Tendo, once the golden child, is struggling. His business isn't doing well, investors are pulling out, bills are piling up, and then he hears about this fast-growing startup called Adisa Technologies. He reads about their work and thinks, maybe they can save us. He tells his team they should try pitching to them for funding. He doesn't know that the quiet CEO behind it all is his little sister. Niobe reads the pitch email and pauses. She knows that name. She knows that company. For a moment, she just stares at the screen. The irony hits hard. The same brother who got everything handed to him now needs her help, and he has no idea. But still, she doesn't react with anger. No revenge. She just sits back, calm. Power doesn't need to shout, and she's not done yet. A big business summit is announced in Nairobi. It's one of the biggest events of the year where top investors, tech leaders, and young entrepreneurs from across Africa come together. Adisa Technologies gets invited, but not just invited. Niobe, still known to the world as Kwame Adisa, is asked to be the keynote speaker. It's the perfect stage, and it's in her hometown. When the invitation arrives, Niobe just stares at it. Nairobi, the city where her story started, the place she left in silence. It feels like a sign. Her team is excited and pushes her to finally reveal who she really is. Let the world know the real genius, they say. Step out of the shadows. But Niobe shakes her head with a soft smile. She has a different plan. She doesn't want to stand on a stage and shock everyone. She doesn't need applause. She wants something more powerful, a message, a reminder, a quiet storm. The day of the summit arrives. The hall is packed. Cameras are ready. Big names are seated in the front row, including business leaders from Nairobi, and even Tendo, her brother, sitting with hopeful eyes, still unaware. The lights dim, the screen lights up, but instead of a person walking out, a digital animation appears. A strong, moving figure powered by AI. The voice behind it is calm, thoughtful, but firm. Niobe's voice. She speaks to the room, but also to her past. She talks about being overlooked, being the helper, the shadow. She doesn't name names. She doesn't blame. She simply says, sometimes those you ignore become the ones you must depend on. Her words hit hard. Some in the audience grow quiet. Some shift uncomfortably. Others nod slowly, recognizing her truth. She finishes the speech without showing her face, just her voice, her creation, and her message. She steps back before the lights come on. She doesn't need to be seen to be felt. Tendo sits quietly at the summit, his face tense, his hands gripping the edges of his seat. His company is sinking, and he's running out of options. He came to this event for one reason, to meet the CEO of Adisa Technologies, the one person he believes can help save his business. He doesn't know who they are, but he's heard of their brilliance. He hopes they'll say yes to his pitch. When the presentation begins, he's drawn in. The voice from the digital screen is strong but gentle. The words feel personal, like they were meant for him. He hears the line, sometimes those you ignore become the ones you must depend on, and it hits him in the chest. For a moment, he looks down. Something about it feels familiar, but he doesn't connect the dots. After the speech, he's told he has a private meeting with the CEO. He straightens his jacket, nervous but hopeful. He walks into a quiet room with soft lighting. There's no stage, no spotlight, just one chair already taken. The woman sitting there looks calm, peaceful, almost too ordinary. She's not wearing a suit, no flashy watch, no bodyguards. Just simple clothes and steady eyes. Tendo stares at her. His mouth opens, then closes. His eyes widen. Niobe, he whispers. She nods slowly, no smile, no anger, just stillness. The silence is heavy. He can't speak. Everything crashes in at once. His pride, her absence, the speech, the truth. She doesn't gloat. She doesn't raise her voice. She simply says, I'm not here to give you money, but if you're ready to learn, I'll teach you. I'll guide you, but only on my terms. Tendo looks away. His jaw tightens. He stands up, pride still stronger than his need. He walks toward the door. Niobe doesn't stop him. She just sits quietly, hands resting in her lap. Because real power doesn't beg to be seen. It waits. The truth doesn't stay hidden for long. A curious campus journalist begins to dig into Adisa Technologies and its mysterious leader, Kwame Adisa. Bit by bit, the story unravels. The pieces come together. The age, the background, the journey from Nairobi, the name. And then, the headline breaks. The real face behind Adisa Technologies is Niobe from Nairobi. It spreads like wildfire. Social media explodes. News outlets share the story. People in Nairobi start talking. Neighbors, friends, old classmates. They all begin asking the same question. How could a family hide someone so brilliant? How did no one know? Back in her old neighborhood, Niobe's parents are in shock. Her mother sits down slowly, phone in hand, eyes wide. Her father quietly folds the newspaper, saying nothing. For the first time, they realize just how much they missed. The girl they thought was just quiet and responsible had been building something huge behind their backs. And then comes the twist of irony. People no longer talk about Tendo's wedding, the photos, the decorations, the expensive suits. All of it now feels empty. The real story, the one everyone remembers, is Niobe, her strength, her silence, her success. Her mother tries to call. Her hands shake as the phone rings. This time, Niobe picks up. There's a long pause. Her mother's voice cracks as she says, "We didn't know. We didn't see you." Niobe listens quietly. Her voice is calm, steady, but not cold. "You didn't believe in me," she says. "I just believed anyway." There's no yelling, no long speech, just truth. She doesn't hang up. She doesn't block their number, but she also doesn't rush to forgive. She's done chasing approval. She's done shrinking to fit in their version of love. Niobe isn't angry. She's just free now, and that's enough. The next summit arrives, bigger than ever. Leaders, young minds, and dreamers from across Africa fill the grand hall. Everyone's excited to finally see the face behind Adisa Technologies. Rumors have already spread. People think they know who it is, but no one is completely sure. The air is thick with curiosity and hope. Then, the lights dim. Music fades. A spotlight hits the stage. This time, there's no screen, no animation, just footsteps. Niobe walks out slowly, dressed simply, confidently. She looks calm but strong. The crowd falls silent. Phones are lifted, cameras click, and for a moment, the whole room just watches. Then she speaks. In a voice clear and gentle, she tells her story about being the quiet girl, the one who was always told to wait, the one who was never seen. She talks about helping, giving, supporting, but never being chosen, never being heard. She says, "I didn't build this company to prove anyone wrong. I built it because I believed I could, and because I know so many girls just like me who are still being ignored." The room listens, some holding back tears. Her words are not angry, they are powerful. She is not asking for pity. She is showing what strength looks like when it rises in silence. Then, she announces a new fund, a project close to her heart, a fund made to support African girls in tech. Girls who dream big but have no support. Girls who need someone to believe in them. She names the fund after her late grandmother, the only person who ever looked at her and said, "I believe in you." The crowd rises to their feet. Applause fills the room. Some cheer, some cry. In that moment, it's clear. This is not revenge. This is victory. This is healing. This is power that speaks softly but changes everything. Niobe smiles. Not to be seen, but to remind everyone watching. Being overlooked does not mean you are unworthy. It just means your time is still coming. Niobe walks through the gate of her childhood home, not with fear or sadness, but with calm strength. She isn't here to ask for anything. She isn't hoping for praise or love. She comes back as someone who knows her worth, someone who created something powerful, far from where it all started. The house looks the same, but the weight it once held is gone. Now it's just a memory, not a cage. She steps into her old room. It's small, quiet, and full of the past. Her eyes land on her old notebook, the one she used to fill with dreams when no one believed in her. She picks it up, turns the pages, and smiles. The words are messy, but they're hers. They remind her how far she's come. In the living room, her parents wait. They look unsure. There's no big welcome, no tears, just silence. Her mother looks tired, like she's been waiting to say sorry, but doesn't know how. Her father sits with his hands folded. It's uncomfortable, but real. They all sit at the table. No one knows what to say. The food is passed around. There's a moment where her mother softly says, "More rice." It's small, but it means something. Niobe isn't sitting at the edge anymore. She's at the head. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't try to explain herself. She doesn't need to. Her presence is enough. The silence isn't heavy like before. It's peaceful now. Not everything is fixed. Not everything will be. But something is different. There's space now for healing, for understanding, for change. And she's no longer waiting to be seen. She's already arrived on her own path, and she's never going back. If this moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories that inspire change. Drop a comment below. What part hit you the hardest? And don't miss the videos on your screen right now. Each one has a message you need to hear. Thanks for watching.